Well, the 4th of July holiday attracts hundreds of boats to Lake Tahoe, but if you plan on drinking and boating, you could face the same DUI consequences as driving a car. Jaden Urban tells us more about Operation Dry Water.
So if you plan on drinking and operating a boat, you may end up spending your 4th of July weekend in jail. Multiple agencies are coming together for Operation Dry Water to ultimately make sure everyone is safe and gets home for the weekend. Operation Dry Water is a national campaign to crack down on impaired boat drivers. It starts tomorrow and runs through the weekend.
If you get caught, it's as if you got pulled over while driving a vehicle drunk. You're leaving the lake in handcuffs, and I can't think of a worse way to end your 4th of July weekend.
Extra patrols will be out on the water. Usually clear identifiers for law enforcement is when people aren't driving the boat smoothly, or when they're doing safety checks, they can usually tell when someone is under the influence. And Dow says that alcohol is the #1 leading cause to boating crashes and deaths, which is one of many reasons why they're taking this operation very seriously.
Our game wardens and all the other law enforcement, they've seen what happens if this is unchecked, and that usually winds up with a boating accident or a fatality, and they're the ones that have to deal with it. They're the ones that have to pull the victims out of the water.
The Coast Guard, game wardens, Washoe, and Douglas County Sheriff's Office will help to cover as much water as possible during this period.
You can tell from behind me, this is a huge lake, and so the idea that there are so many different agencies out here working in coordination with the U.S. Coast Guard is key.
Myers stresses that law enforcement wants people to come up and have a good time, just not at the expense of your life or others.
There's going to be so many people out on the water, and you operating the boat unsafely puts the kayakers, puts the paddle boarders, puts everybody in danger. And if that's happening, we're going to stop you, because we want everybody having a good time but keeping it safe.
Covering the story, Jaden Urban, 2 News Nevada.
And coming up at 5:30, more on how people should be operating boats safely and what equipment you should have with you at all times.